translation. Then, when you complete your acts of worship, Allah asks you, your forefathers, with greater remembrance. Of the people, there are some who say, our Lord, give us in this world. They will have no share in the hereafter. And there are some who say, our Lord, grant us good in this world and good in the hereafter, and save us from the punishment of the fire. Those will have share of what they have earned, and Allah is swift. These are the verses of Allah. He recites them to you in truth, and Allah wants to injustice to the world. To Allah we belong, whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth, and to Allah will matters to be returned. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Jazakumullahu khair, Brother Kashif. Alhamdulillah. A pretty apt message for all those who aspire for civil services, an admonition of what is in store if people only focus on the gains of this world, and how beautifully Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guides us to ask for what is best in this world and also in the hereafter. Subhanallah. We hope our aspirants will inshallah excel in serving the community and as well earn a place in the hereafter. Inshallah. Now, taking the event forward, I request Dr. Muhammad Ismail Said, who is the Secretary of IKLAS Trust, to please welcome our guests. Brother Ismail Said with the welcome address.
Praise be to the Almighty. Respected elders, brothers and sisters, I welcome you all with the Islamic greeting. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. May the peace and mercy of Almighty be showered upon all of us. On behalf of our President, the Board of Trustees, and all the team members of IKLAS, I welcome our esteemed guests who have joined today. Janab Nawaz Ghani brother, Member of Parliament, Professor Dr. Jawahirullah, President Manidaneya Makal Kachi, Janab Nisar Ahmed, IPS, Retired Inspector General of Police, and our esteemed Director, Dr. Sadaqatullah Saab, Retired Regional Director of Reserve Bank of India, and our beloved advisor, Mr. Bashir Ahmed Sir, retired IAS, and all the participants, all our participants who have joined, and our well-wishers, our respected President, Brother Ahmed Miran, our well-wishers, our district coordinators, and all the brothers for taking time today and joining this session in the auspicious valedictory program of IKLAS Foundation course. I welcome you all once again. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.
Jazakumullahu khair, Brother Ismail Said, for the welcome. Indeed, it is a special occasion, and the number of participants that we have for the evening, in spite of it being a Sunday evening, in itself is an accomplishment. It is a guarantee that IKLAS provides to the participants, and whoever has been a part of IKLAS know that better. Now, it has been an obstacle which has been converted into an opportunity, and an opportunity which has been elegantly excelled. The obstacle created by coronavirus pandemic made us create an online foundation course. And today, as Dr. Ismail Said has explained, we have gathered here to celebrate the success of the foundation course, not as an accomplishment of IKLAS IS Academy, but as an encouragement for all the aspirants, and to nurture and to bring forth the civil servants in multitudes from our community, those civil servants who have an aspiration to serve for the country. And as we have informed during the launch of the online foundation program, the aim of our online foundation course was to select eligible and hardworking aspirants for the year-long UPSC coaching program, and that to create successful civil servants from the eager aspirants. Although the duration of the online foundation course has only been 2 months, we have been successful in achieving what many other IAS academies can only dream of. I now request Brother Khalid Mohammed to provide us with an extensive report on the foundation course and share with our participants today the success of our foundation course. Brother Khalid Mohammed with the detailed report on foundation course.
Thank you, Brother Azmatullah. It is my great pleasure. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Almighty's blessing and peace upon all of us. And good evening to everyone who are present here. It indeed takes immense pleasure to give my report on the just concluded course. It just look like another day. It's been 2 months and successfully completed a full course. So before I go into the course detail, I wish to give a small brief on IKLAS. IKLAS, it's a provision of integrated knowledge, learning and services. Started in India 2011 with the objective of uplifting the students of economically weaker sections of the society. And IKLAS IAS Academy facilitate that by training those students in various competitive exams, including UPSC, TNPSC, SSC, and others. We have been successfully doing it for the past 8+ years and having maximum results. You can see more than 82 of our students are already placed in various state and central government jobs. Now, overview of IOFC, which is called as IKLAS Online Foundation Course. As a part of our activity, we conducted a UPSC Online Foundation course for the very first time in this year, 2020, because it gave us an opportunity in the hard pandemic time, as Brother Azmatullah stated. So we started the foundation course in the month of June for all eligible candidates, irrespective of community and gender. Aspirants from across India participated in the course for 2 months. About the course, this course was designed to make the right guidance and strong foundation, which is very essential for an UPSC aspirant to have the best of their preparation for the full year course. Okay, about the course, the features of the course, we had over 230 aspirants enrolled for the course. This was not marketed much. We just started the course within 2 weeks from the date of information launch date. But still, we had over 233 aspirants enrolled for the course who attended over 120 live class hours. So it's within two months, we covered all those 120 live class hours. We covered the basic subjects for UPSC preliminary, like polity, geography, economy, current affairs, history, and aptitude. In these 2 months, we conducted over 8 tests. We conducted 8 tests with on an average of 50 questions per test. Every week, we used to conduct a test. So all those 50 questions into 8 tests, around 400 questions were answered through live discussions. So not only the test, even the questions were answered by the right panel of people, and it was discussed through a panel, and the answers were given. So most of the aspirants who wrote the exams will never ever again give a wrong answer to those questions. And in these 2 months, we also had mentoring by officers and academicians for our aspirants. We had over 25 hours of mentoring sessions, and regular discussion on IKLAS online web portal was there. And I think our aspirants really used it to the maximum level. That way we could see so many active participants from almost all the aspirants. And we thank the aspirants for that. And it was indeed a good, we are happy to see that, because it was the first time we launched this web portal with a regular discussion panel. So by the grace of Almighty, it was a real success for us. These are the participant details. we had, as I told before, we had around 230 participants, out of which around 85 or 85% or 195 students were from Tamil Nadu and rest from all over India. We had students from all over India, from Jammu and Kashmir to Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat, to all other places of India. And gender-wise, you see 72% of our students were men and 65 students, which covers 28%, were women and girls. The education qualification for those students, there were 196 undergraduates, which comprise around, consists of around 85% of the total strength, and another 27 students were postgraduates, and a few students were still in high schools. So arts and science covered almost 50% of the total participants, and engineering and other covered another 50%. And in those 230, there are around 49 students who have still pursuing their degree, either it's postgraduate or undergraduate, you're still pursuing the degree. And the rest 51%, around 117 students, are completed the degree and preparing for the full-time course. The attendance report, we are happy to announce this. Around 12 students, which is a great achievement, I would say, attended almost 100 hours of our attendance, 100% of our attendance. Our attendance were not so easy, even though it's a live class, it's an online class. Attendance were taken in such a way that no one misses any session of the class. On every session, we used to give a quiz, a small quiz on the session, and live quiz, which should be answered immediately. Only upon those answering the quiz will be considered as present for the attendance. So we are happy to announce that over 52 or 60 students have over 90% of attendance in this past 2 months. And we have these videos recorded, and recorded videos were available for students who are still working or in college and other things. So the live sessions were attended by 52% of the students, and 13% of the students viewed our online video library, and around 32% attended both classes. And these are the toppers in the out of 700 marks. Brother Amin Sharif has scored 556 marks, and which is 79%. And the top 10 scored over 71%, and the top 20 scored over 67%. More detail about this will be given in the later stage through my colleagues. And we are very happy to announce that we even expected, we even didn't expect this kind of report result from our aspirants. It was indeed a great achievement for us. We wish all the aspirants a great future and hope to see them serving our nation with pride. Thank you once again. Thank you all. And thank you, Brother Asmatullah.
Jazakallah khair, Brother Khalid. Jazakallah khair for the detailed report. The report that was just presented by Brother Khalid just confirms what I have said earlier. This is something that all the other academies can only dream of. More than 230 participants, 120 live hour sessions, and so many people with 100% attendance. Wow. That just shows the efficiency of IKLAS IS Academy, as well as the enthusiasm of all our participants. The participants from all across India, and 28% of which were women participants. Alhamdulillah, and 12% with 100% attendance. This is an achievement in itself. And inshallah, with the guiding leadership and focused stalwarts leading way for IKLAS, we will inshallah soon be a reform, not just in Tamil Nadu, but throughout India. With this, I would now like to call upon a name who has been instrumental in the inception and functioning of the Academy, a name which is very eminent in the community, a person who's down to earth and is always ready to help. The Managing Director of Professional Careers, the Chairman of IKLAS Trust, and above all, a person who is loved and cherished by the community. Our Chairman, Janab Ahmed Miran Saab, with the Chairman's address.
Audhu billahi minash shaitani rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Respected Chief Guest, Dr. M.H. Jawahirullah, President, Manineya Makkal Katchi, Mr. K. Nawaz Kani, Member of Parliament, Lok Sabha, Mr. U. Nizar Ahmed, former IGP, Bangalore, Mr. P.M. Bazir Ahmed, former Director of IKLAS, Advisory Member of the Minority Commission and Member Secretary of State Finance, Dr. J. Sadakutullah, Director of IKLAS, former Regional Director of Reserve Bank of India, Dr. K.M. Muhammad Ismail, State Secretary, IKLAS Trust, Mr. Khalid Mohammed, Treasurer, IKLAS Trust, Trustees of IKLAS Trust, dignitaries, brothers and sisters, and my dear attendees, students. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. IKLAS IS Academy was started in 2011 with the main purpose of empowering and encouraging backward and most economically backward community people, particularly Muslim students, to appear for UPSC examination. Muslim students normally do not show much interest, willingness to become government employees. They do not have that kind of aspirations like becoming IAS, IPS, IRS, like that. They do not know what kind of powers these officers have to serve the community, to serve the people. This is a wonderful platform for a man who wants to serve his people. All of us know that most of the parents of our community are financially weak. And so they expect their children, sons and daughters, after becoming graduates, to become earning members quickly to support their families. So students also quickly join a job or go abroad to support their families with their earnings. Considering the above facts and points, IKLAS IS Academy was formed and it immediately started IAS coaching center in Makkah Masjid, Chennai in 2011. We all know that a number of coaching centers are working in Chennai and other cities also, whereas students have to pay exorbitant charges to join such IAS coaching centers. In order to make it affordable, IKLAS IAS Academy has taken a lot of initiatives so that our students can join our training center easily and to become government officers. I just brief the initiatives taken by IKLAS IAS Academy. Awareness meeting. We have conducted a lot of awareness meeting every year by going to colleges, masjids, and encourage the people that to become an IAS officer is easy. So likewise, a great awareness is being given to the people. Number one. Number two, we also district coordinating committee members in each district. So through them, we'll distribute pamphlets and other materials to support our students to enroll with our IAS Academy. After that, we'll conduct eligibility test examination every year and select 50 students, and we'll give intensive training in Makkah Masjid for almost more than 6 months. Such selected students are given free boarding, lodging, and the expenses are taken by the IAS Academy. Now, as we started collecting some nominal charges from them also, because we find difficulty in generating funds from the public. We all know that when a student becomes empowered or confident when he prepares UPSC examination, I wish to inform you that all the students that when you work hard, when you put all your efforts for 1 year or another 1 year, 2 years to prepare for the UPSC examination, it gives you a lot of opportunities to appear not only UPSC examination, but also you can appear a number of other examinations like TNPSC examination, Combined Defense Examination, National Defense Academy Examination, Naval Academy Examination, Indian Economic Services, Indian Statistical Examination, and like that. I also wish to inform you that our central government has approved for the creation of National Recruitment Agency for conducting common eligibility tests for various government jobs. In the last Wednesday, there was a news that the government has created this National Recruitment Agency. Please be aware that there are 20 government agencies. There are 20 central government recruitment agencies, and all these agencies would be brought under this NRA, National Recruitment Agency. So there are 3 agencies are there, and these 3 agencies alone recruit. Out of 20 agencies, there are 3 agencies like Railway Recruitment Board and SSC, like that. The only 3 agencies recruit 1.25 lakh people under group B and C. And think about how many vacancies are there available for the other remaining 17 agencies. Definitely, there will be more than 10 lakh government jobs are available under central government. I'm telling you, under central government. So, preparing for common eligibility test is an important one for getting a job, for getting a government job. And IKLAS IAS Academy is doing its best efforts to encourage the students for appearing for such examinations. And now, due to COVID-19, as all of you know, that already it is informed that we conducted online foundation courses in the last 2 months. We started this course on 13th June, Alhamdulillah. Now more than 230 students have undergone this course. Further, we also plan to start online IS coaching course for all the students, for the aspiring students, on 17th September of next month. So I request all of you to encourage all your students, to join in this course. Of course, there may be a lot of students might have been listening to his speech. I request all of you to join in our course on 17th September. I also want to share the success story of our IAS Academy. So far, from our academy, more than 84 students are employed in various government jobs like income tax, excise department, forest department, health department, like that. Also, through our NEET coaching, we conducted intensive coaching for our 11th and 12th students, and through that, almost more than 16 students are studying MBBS course. There are 10 students are studying BDS, BAMS Ayurveda. There are 2 students, BMS Siddha 2 students, BHMS Homeopathy 1 student, and BUMS Unani. There are 6 students. So totally, there are more than 20-30 students are studying. Like that, also some more than 20 students have also enrolled themselves in top engineering colleges like Anna University and other top universities. These are the efforts taken by our like IKLAS IAS Trust Institute. So I appreciate the support and cooperation of all our IKLAS trustees, community leaders, entrepreneurs, philanthropists, government officials, former IAS officers, present IAS officers, for their excellent support for the academy. I hope our service will continue. Alhamdulillah, I request all of you make dua. Thank you. With this, I conclude my speech. Thank you. All the best.
Jazakumullah khair, Kaka. As Kaka has rightly pointed out, this is a wonderful platform for serving the community and in turn to serve our great nation. And as Kaka has rightly pointed out, there are numerous opportunities which have come up because of the establishment of the National Recruitment Agency. And now Kaka has explained the activities of IKLAS Academy in detail and how we are inculcating the fact in the young minds that with the right preparation, perseverance, and persistence, and along with your determination, achieving success in civil services examinations is easy. And as he rightly said, once we prepare for a UPSC examination, it is not just for the UPSC examination that we are preparing for a host of other examinations, as Kaka has rightly pointed out. And moving on, it is indeed our honor that we have such eminent personalities amongst us. Not every day that we have such eminent politicians and high-ranking and decorated officers amongst us. And today is certainly an occasion of importance and a milestone which has been achieved for IKLAS Academy. And moving ahead with the program, I now call upon our director, Dr. J. Sadaqatullah, who's been the regional director of Reserve Bank of India and has been in charge of Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry. He had earlier served as the regional director for Haryana, Punjab, and Himachal Pradesh. He was also the principal and chief general manager of the Reserve Bank College staff. He has also published many research papers and has authored motivational books in Tamil. Our director, Dr. Sadaqatullah Sahab, with the director's address.
Assalamu alaikum. Respected Miran Sahab, Nazim Bhai IAS from Himachal Pradesh, who had been our driving force from behind. We have our complete list of the IKLAS team, Khalid, Ismail Said, Arif, everybody who makes all these things possible at a very short notice. Chief guest for the today's function, Mr. Nawaskani MP, our Professor Jawahirullah Sahab, our Nizar Ahmed IPS. In fact, I had a short tenure in Bangalore as well during my long career, and I had the privilege of working together with him in various projects. And then community well-wishers, last but not the least, various parents and aspirants. Our Bashir Ahmed Sahab is also here, and he had been our guiding force. As our chairman has very nicely pointed out, today it is a competitive exam, which is the hallmark of anything and everything. With the announcement of the National Recruitment Agency, now everything is getting centralized and you have to take an exam. Why go up to that? Even before that, from after the school final, before going to the college itself, you have to take a SAT, like the American SAP type, one common proficiency test to join a college itself. So you cannot escape any of these things. After all, the skills which are tested here are very minimal, like things like general knowledge. That is what you are expected to be very much aware about the things. Then mathematics, quantitative skills and all that. Then language skills, English and the local language, and reasoning. So these are the common skills, aptitudes relating to IQ, EQ, which comes very handy to everybody, which are very innate in most of us. Only thing is we have to groom a bit so that your aptitude is well revealed in this type of exams. In fact, I am very happy to see this year's civil services results. All of you may be aware, just within this last fortnight only, the results have been announced. For 829 people have been selected all over the country. Out of them, 44 are our Muslim brethren. It's a very great number, and that means it is little more than even 5%. You remember, our Sachar committee has recorded that for so many years, our representation in all these government services had never been more than 3%. Thanks to the efforts of the IKLAS-like academies, beginning from the capital, Jamia Millia Islamia, Jamia Hamdard, and throughout the places, whether it is Bangalore or Bombay, everywhere. Now, these type of concerted efforts are there, and I am very happy to see today itself, we have more than 100 participants in this webinar, attending and listening to these luminaries and their motivational speeches. And definitely, this is going to take these figures further up. In fact, what you have to remember, that my aspirants, I would like to tell you out of my own experience, you just earmark 2 years of your life exclusively for this preparation. I tell you, even to I'm requesting to our parents as well, don't give any family responsibilities to your son or daughter during these 2 years, and you take it as an investment. If you make this sacrifice, it is for a larger cause. We assure you, definitely, if this effort has been put for 1 or 2 years, this will build a very strong base in you. It will never go waste. Forget this IAS, IPS, IRS, IFS, like 24 core services. In addition to that, there are a whole host of so many services. In fact, TNPC is one. In fact, many of our students have joined as deputy collectors, DSPs, and some of the services I would like to wish to point out, like defense services, the lesser known services like RBI. See, RBI, though it's called a bank and drives away most of our Muslim brethren from even applying, think of applying, but actually it is a central monetary authority. In Saudi Arabia, it's called Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority, and in Singapore, it's called Singapore Monetary Authority. So they print the currency, maintain the value inside the country and outside the country. And you take it from me, no government can function without the function of the RBI side by side. So that is such a nice service. In fact, even our Basira Masab can vouch for what I'm telling. In fact, it provides a lot of opportunities for the government service and service of the public, which many of us do not know. I remember from Bangalore, when I was picked up for going over to Middle East for about 5 years to train our Arabic speaking Muslim children for about preparing them for this type of competitive exams to join the services over there. Most of them are banking, 50% Islamic banks, 50% our conventional banks, to train them, to give them the information about the economy, English, computer, banking. When government, through UAE, government requested the government of India, there was hardly anybody to be deported except me, who had the knowledge of the Arabic, and I could go there and be there for about 5 years. And by the time I completed the service, our director became the education minister, Humaid Al-Khatami sir. He asked me, do you have to really go back? So like that he asked me. So he was so much happy. So this type of opportunities are there. When I came back to Chandigarh, I was working in the border, Wagah border, and I often remember I was in charge of the prohibiting all the fake currency coming into our border, and also the foreign exchange. And during the lunchtime, myself and IKLAS, an IPS officer of the Haryana cadre, who was heading the border security force, we used to sit together and we try to have lunch. See, such opportunities are available in such services. Many do not know. In fact, when I was leaving for Sharjah, our Nizar Ahmad Sahab said, during your stay 5 years there, you try to master this Islamic finance and come back. That will be very useful contribution to our country. I took his word very literally. He is present here. I would like to say that. And when I came back, when Dr. Raghuram Rajan was our governor, and it was the fag end of my service, before this, see, when I joined the service, it was Dr. Manmohan Singh. We had the privilege of hearing about what is economy, what is liberalization from his mouth in a classroom situation like ours. This situation what we are having now. And then when I retired, it was Dr. Raghuram Rajan. And Raghuram Rajan appointed a committee under Mohanty for opening up this type of Islamic finance in India. So that committee came to Chennai, and with my knowledge of the Islamic finance, see, there is a saying says, Kalavum Katrumara. To tell about what is banking, you should know what is banking. To tell about Islamic banking. So I sat with the committee and we drafted a formula with people like Abdul Rakib Saab and others who were working for it lifetime. And then we recommended that the existing banks like Indian Bank, State Bank of India and all can come out with what is called a Islamic banking window. And this committee report was entirely endorsed by Dr. Rajan, who always wanted this type of inclusive growth, and it is with the government of India. One day, inshallah, it will come. So what I am trying to say, impress upon my young friends here is, your preparation will not go waste. Whichever service you are able to join, definitely if you have that good intention to help our family and society and the community, definitely you will have an opportunity to be there and wherever you are. That's what I wanted to say that. And you just make use of this available opportunity which is being given. So many people have gone to use this thing in a very high manner. In fact, this type of foundation course has given us a lot of confidence, and we will have this main course till up to December, and from January onwards, inshallah, if possible, we will meet in person. So with these few words, I just wish all the aspirants a success. Assalamu alaikum.
Jazakumullah khair, Director Sir. It is indeed, as Director Sir has rightly pointed out, it is indeed with the dedication and support of the parents that we get achievers, and how any student needs at least about 2 years to achieve success. And he's rightly pointed out that the preparation never goes waste, and it definitely pays off. And moving ahead with the program, now I call upon our advisor, Janab Bashir Ahmed Sahab, IAS retired, to please address the gathering. Janab Bashir Ahmed Sahab was the district collector for Teni district, and is also the principal secretary of Social Wealth and an advisory member to the Minorities Commission, and many more important positions he has held in his illustrious career. I now request Janab Bashir Ahmed Sahab to please address the gathering.
Visible? My voice is heard?
Yes, sir, Doctor. We can hear you now.
Assalamu alaikum to the chairman and the dignitaries. It is a great pleasure participating in this. I would like to share some of the views. I'll talk in English and Tamil colloquially. I would request the compare to do a bit of English in the end. தமிழ்நாட்டில் IKLAS அகாடமி செயல்படுறது இப்போ நல்லா எல்லாருக்கும் தெரிய ஆரம்பிச்சிருக்கு. முக்கியமா பெரும் தலைவர்கள்லாம் வந்து இதை பத்தி மக்கள் மத்தியில கொண்டு சேர்த்திருக்கிறாங்க. ஐஏஎஸ் பரீட்சை படிக்கிறது அப்படின்றது வந்து ஒரு பெரிய தவம் மாதிரி. அந்த யூபிஎஸ்சி தேர்வுல வெற்றி பெறணும் அப்படின்னாக்கா எல்லாத்தையும் கேட்பாங்க, என்ன நீங்க எப்படி படிச்சீங்க, நீங்க எப்படி பண்ணீங்க அப்படின்னு கேட்டாக்கா, இந்த முன்னேறிய சமுதாயத்தில் இருக்கிறவங்க எல்லாம் என்ன சொல்லுவாங்கன்னா, நாங்க ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணோம், வீட்டுல இருந்து படிச்சோம், நல்லா கஷ்டப்பட்டு படிச்சோம், மார்க் வாங்கினோம், வேற எந்த கோச்சிங்கும் போகல, பிரமாதமா ஒன்றும் தேவையில்லை அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. ஒரு சிலர் சொல்லுவாங்க, நான் 2 லட்சம் ரூபா ஒரு இன்ஸ்டியூட்ல கட்டி படிச்சேன், 2 லட்சம் ரூபா இங்க சாப்பாட்டுக்கு தங்கறதுக்கு எல்லாத்துக்கும் செலவழிச்சேன், 2 வருஷம் அதுக்காக கஷ்டப்பட்டேன், எனக்கு இந்த இது கிடைச்சிச்சு அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. ரெண்டையும் கேட்கும் போது நமக்கு ஒரு சந்தேகம் வரும், பயம் வரும். 2 லட்சம் ரூபா செலவழிச்சு படிச்சுட்டு 2 லட்சம் ரூபா செலவழிச்சு தங்கிட்டு 4 லட்சம் ரூபா செலவழிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் வேலை கிடைக்கலன்னா என்ன செய்யுது? அல்லது யாருடைய உதவியுமே வேண்டாம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி 2 வருஷம் கஷ்டப்பட்டு நாமளே படிச்சு நாமளே முயற்சி பண்ணி கடைசியில கிடைக்காம போயிட்டா என்ன செய்யுது? அப்படிலாம் வந்து ஒரு பயம் மனதுல ஏற்படும். அந்த மாதிரியான எண்ணங்களை போக்குறதுக்கு, அந்த மாதிரியான நிலைமைகள்ல இருக்கிறவங்களுக்கு கைதூக்கி விடுறதுக்காக தான் இந்த மாதிரியான முயற்சிகளை IKLAS செஞ்சுட்டு வராங்க. ஏறத்தாழ இந்த IKLAS நிறுவனத்துல படிச்சவங்கள 80 பேர் பல்வேறு அரசு பணிகளுக்கு வந்திருக்கிறாங்க. அது உங்க எல்லாருக்குமே தெரியும். முஸ்லிம்கள்னு குறிப்பா எடுத்துக்கிட்டீங்கன்னாக்கா 10ஆம் கிளாஸ் தாண்டுறவங்க 6% பேர் தான் 10ஆம் கிளாஸ் தாண்டுவாங்க. 4% பேர் தான் 12ஆம் கிளாஸ் தாண்டி கல்லூரிக்கு போவாங்க. கல்லூரிகள்ல படிக்கக்கூடிய மாணவர்களை பாத்தீங்கன்னா 2.5% தான் இஸ்லாமிய மாணவர்கள் இருப்பாங்க. இஸ்லாமிய பெயர் கொண்ட மாணவர்கள் பாத்தீங்கன்னா 2.5% மாணவர்கள் தான் இருப்பாங்க. அந்த 2.5% மாணவர்களும் இந்த போட்டித் தேர்வுகளுக்கு வருவாங்களா அப்படின்னு பார்த்தாக்கா ரொம்ப குறைவான பேர் தான் வருவாங்க. வர்றவங்களும் கொஞ்ச நாள் இருந்துட்டு இது நமக்கு சரி வராது, நம்ம வேற ஏதாவது வேலை பார்ப்போம், எந்த வேலை கிடைச்சாலும் பார்ப்போம் அப்படின்னு போயிடுவாங்க. அந்த நிலைமை வந்து மாற்ற வேண்டிய கட்டாயம் தற்போது ஏற்பட்டிருக்கிறது. ஏன்னா இஸ்லாமியர்களுடைய வாழ்வு, அவருடைய உரிமை, இதெல்லாம் மீட்டெடுக்கக்கூடிய சக்தி யார்கிட்ட இருக்கும் அப்படின்னாக்கா படித்த இளைஞர்கள்ட்ட, இது போன்ற அரசு பொறுப்புகள்ல பொறுப்பு வைக்கக்கூடிய நேர்மையான இளைஞர்கள்ட்ட தான் அந்த பொறுப்பு இருக்கின்றது. இந்த ஆண்டு 1000 பேர் யூபிஎஸ்சில செலக்ட் ஆயிருக்காங்கன்னா 1000 பேர்ல 40 பேர் செலக்ட் ஆயிருக்காங்க. இஸ்லாமிய பெயர் கொண்டவர்கள் அதிகமான எண்ணிக்கை. இது 5%, 4% எல்லாம் நம்ம பெருமைப்பட்டு இருக்கிறோம். பெருமைப்பட வேண்டியதுதான், இல்லைன்னு சொல்லல. ஆனால் ஐஏஎஸ்குள்ள எத்தனை பேர் வந்திருக்கிறாங்க, ஐபிஎஸ்குள்ள எத்தனை பேர் வந்திருக்கிறாங்க, இது ரொம்ப முக்கியம். என்ன காரணம்னா, முக்கியமான முடிவுகள், அரசின் முடிவுகள் எடுக்கிறவங்க யாருன்னா ஐஏஎஸ்ல இருக்கவங்க, ஐபிஎஸ்ல இருக்கவங்க, ஐஎஃப்எஸ்ல இருக்கிறவங்க முக்கியமான முடிவுகளை எடுக்கிறாங்க. அந்த முடிவுகள் எடுக்கக்கூடிய இடத்துல முஸ்லிம்கள் இருந்தா அது மிக மிகவும் பயனுடையதாக இருக்கும்னு நான் கருதுறேன். இந்த இளைஞர்கள்லாம் வந்து பல்வேறு பரீட்சைகள் பார்த்திருப்பாங்க. இந்த ஸ்லைடு பார்க்கலாமா? ஸ்லைடு பார்க்கலாமா? பலவிதமான பரீட்சைகள் வந்து நம்ம எதிர்கொள்ள வேண்டியிருக்கு. சாதாரணமா எடுத்துக்கிட்டீங்கன்னா ஸ்டாஃப் செலெக்ஷன் கமிஷன் அப்படின்னு ஒண்ணு இருக்கும். அது அடுத்தது எடுத்துக்கிட்டீங்கன்னாக்கா வரலையா? ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஸ்லைட் போங்க. ஸ்டாஃப் செலெக்ஷன் கமிஷன் பரீட்சை எடுத்தீங்கன்னா அது ரொம்ப குறைவான ஸ்டாண்டர்ட்னு வச்சுக்கலாம். அதுக்கு அடுத்து இருக்கக்கூடிய பரீட்சைகள் டிஎன்பிஎஸ்சி பரீட்சைகள் இருக்கும். அதுக்கு மேல இருக்கக்கூடிய பரீட்சைகள் வந்து யூபிஎஸ்சி பரீட்சைகள் இருக்கும். நம்ம எல்லாருக்குமே வந்து ரொம்ப ஒரு சப்ஜெக்ட் எடுத்துட்டோம்னா பிரசிடென்ட் ஆஃப் இந்தியா யாரு அப்படின்னு ஒரு சின்ன குழந்தைய கூட்டா கூட நம்ம என்ன பண்ணோம், கேட்போம். நம்ம நாட்டினுடைய பிரசிடென்ட் யாரு அப்படின்னு கேட்போம். பேரு கேட்போம், அந்த பேரு அந்த குழந்தை சொல்லும். அதுக்கப்புறம் நம்ம அது சரிதானா, இதுக்கு முன்னாடி யார் இருந்தாங்க, பின்னாடி யார் இருந்தாங்க அப்படின்னு கேட்போம். இது 8ஆம் கிளாஸ் 7ஆம் கிளாஸ் உள்ள மாணவ மாணவிகளுக்கு கூட இந்த சப்ஜெக்ட் தெரியும். ஆனா ஒரு எஸ்எஸ்சி ஆர்ஆர்பி ரயில்வே ரெக்ரூட்மெண்ட் போர்டு எக்ஸாமினேஷனுக்கு போகும்போது நமக்கு என்ன கேட்பாங்கன்னா, பிரசிடென்ட் யாருன்னு கேள்வி இருக்கலாம். 14வது பிரசிடென்ட் யாரு, 13வது பிரசிடென்ட் யாரு, 12வது பிரசிடென்ட் யாரு அப்படி கேட்டு நமக்கு ஒரு ஆப்ஷன் கொடுத்து அந்த ஆப்ஷன்ல இருந்து பதில் எடுப்பாங்க. அல்லது எந்த ஆர்டிகிள் வந்து பிரசிடென்ட் ஆஃப் இந்தியா இருக்கலாம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுது கான்ஸ்டிடியூஷன்லன்னு கேட்பாங்க. அப்படின்னும் போது உங்களுக்கு இந்த ஸ்லைட்ல பாத்தீங்கன்னா A61, B62, C652, D74 அப்படின்னு 4 ஆப்ஷன் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. அதுல வந்து 52 ஆர்டிகிள் 52 வந்து இஸ் தி ரைட் ஆர்டிகிள் அப்படின்றது நம்ம படிச்சிருந்தோம்னா நமக்கு தெரியும். சோ இதை பார்க்கும் போதே இது சரியான ஆன்சர் தெரிஞ்சு நம்ம பதில் சொல்லிட்டு போயிடுவோம். இது எத்தனை செகண்ட் எடுக்கும்னா, சரியான பதில் நமக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருந்தா இட் வில் டேக் ஹார்ட்லி half a செகண்ட்ல இந்த கேள்விக்கு பதில் சொல்லிட்டு அடுத்த கேள்விக்கு நம்ம போயிடலாம். ஆனா இது தெரியலன்னா என்ன பண்ணுவோம்னா, 61 இருக்குமோ, 62 இருக்குமோ, 52 இருக்குமோ, 74 இருக்குமோ அப்படின்னு நமக்கு சந்தேகம் வந்துகிட்டே இருக்கும். சில பேர் என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா, ஒரு கெஸ்ட்ல வந்து 61, 62 2 நம்பர் பக்கத்துல பக்கத்துல வருது, அதனால ஒத்தையா ரெட்டையா போட்டு பார்க்கலாம்னு நினைப்பாங்க. சில பேர் வந்து 61 வேண்டாம், 62 வேண்டாம், 52ன்னு ஒரு புது நம்பர் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க அதுக்கு போவோம்னு பார்ப்பாங்க. அது 2 வேண்டாம், 74 நம்பர் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க, 74 எங்கேயோ கேள்விப்பட்ட மாதிரி இருக்கு அப்படின்னு சொல்லி 74 டிக் போடுவாங்க. அது நெகட்டிவ் மார்க் வரும்போது that affects them. சோ கரெக்டான ஆன்சர் நமக்கு தெரிஞ்சதுனாக்கா அந்த ஆன்சர் வந்து உங்களுக்கு half a second போறோம், அந்த கேள்விக்கு பதில் அளிச்சுட்டு நீங்க அடுத்ததுக்கு போயிடலாம். நெக்ஸ்ட் ஸ்லைட் ப்ளீஸ். டிஎன்பிஎஸ்சில கேட்கும்போது கொஞ்சம் வித்தியாசமா இருக்கும். ஒரு பிரசிடென்ட் ஆஃப் இந்தியாவுடைய சீட் வந்து எப்போ வேக்கண்ட் ஆகும், அந்த போஸ்ட் வந்து எப்போ வேக்கண்ட் ஆகும்னு ஒரு கேள்வி கேட்டிருக்காங்க. அது ஆன் எக்ஸ்பைரி ஆஃப் ஹிஸ் டெனூர் அப்படின்னு ஒரு பதில் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. பை ரெசிக்னேஷன் ஒரு பதில் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. ஒன்லி ஆன் த கமென்ஸ்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் இம்பீச்மெண்ட் இன் ராஜ்யசபா. நமக்கு எப்பவுமே சரியா படிச்சிருந்தோம்னாக்கா எக்ஸ்பைரி ஆஃப் ஹிஸ் டெனூர் வாஸ்தவம் தான் புரியும், பை ஹிஸ் ரெசிக்னேஷன் வாஸ்தவம் தான் புரியும். ஒன்லி ஆன் த கமென்ஸ்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் இம்பீச்மெண்ட் இன் ராஜ்யசபான்னு நமக்கு ஒரு சந்தேகம் வரும். ஆமா, இம்பீச்மெண்ட் ராஜ்யசபா லோக்சபான்லாம் ஏதோ கேள்விப்பட்ட மாதிரி இருக்கு அப்படின்னு நினைச்சு அதுல குழம்பிடுவோம். ஆனா கீழே பாத்தீங்கன்னா அவங்களே ஒரு ஆப்ஷன் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க, ஒன்லி A and B ஆர் கரெக்ட்னு கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. சோ A நமக்கு சரின்னு தெரியும், எக்ஸ்பைரி ஆஃப் டெனூர் தான் கரெக்ட்னு தெரியும், B அவருடைய ரெசிக்னேஷன் கரெக்ட்னு தெரியும். இது ரெண்டும் தான் அப்படின்னு போது ஆன்சர் D அப்படின்னு நம்ம கொடுப்போம். இந்த கேள்விக்கு வந்து குறைஞ்சபட்சம் ஒரு 4 செகண்ட் ஆகும். உங்களுக்கு முதல் கொஸ்டினுக்கு வந்து half a second ஆச்சு பதில் சொல்றதுக்கு. இந்த கொஸ்டின் டிஎன்பிஎஸ்சியினுடைய இந்த கேள்விக்கு நம்ம பதில் சொல்லும் போது ஒரு 4 செகண்ட் ஆச்சு, 4-5 செகண்ட் ஆச்சு. நெக்ஸ்ட் ஸ்லைட் ப்ளீஸ். யூபிஎஸ்சில கேட்கறது எப்படி இருக்குன்னு பாருங்க. ரப்சல் கொஞ்சம் எனக்காக படிங்க அதை.
Okay, sir. This was a question asked in UPSC examination. It is a 3-statement question. So first we have to consider the statements. Consider the following statement. The statement one is the oath of office to the president is administered by the senior most judge of the Supreme Court. Second statement, in emergency, the president emoluments and allowances can be diminished during his term office. Third statement, president can resign from his office at any time, but by addressing the resignation letter to the Lok Sabha. And they have asked that select the incorrect answer.
சொல்லிக்கிறேன். இப்போ வந்து இந்த oath of office of the president is administered by the senior most judge of the Supreme Court. இது சரியான பதில் தான். இதுல வந்து தப்பு இருக்கிற மாதிரி எனக்கு தெரியல. ஆனா ஏதோ பிடி இருக்கு அப்படின்னு சொல்லி எனக்கு ஒரு உள்ளுணர்வு சொல்லுது. The oath of the office of the president is administered by the chief justice of Supreme Court தான் நம்ம படிச்சிருக்கோம். நார்மலா சீஃப் ஜஸ்டிஸ் இல்லைன்னா சீனியர் மோஸ்ட் ஜட்ஜ் பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி படிச்சிருக்கிறோம். இதுல வந்து சீஃப் ஜஸ்டிஸ்ன்ற நேமே வரல, சீனியர் மோஸ்ட் ஜட்ஜ் மட்டும் தான் சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. அதனால இது சரியா இருக்குமா தப்பா இருக்குமா, I analyze and then keep it in store. Then in emergency the president's emoluments and allowances can be diminished during his term of office ன்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. இப்போ COVID-19க்காக பிரசிடென்ட் என்ன சொல்றாருன்னா என்னோட எமால்மெண்ட்ஸை நான் குறைச்சிக்கிறேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்றாரு. அப்ப இது சரியா இருக்குமோ அப்படின்னு என் மனசுல ஒரு சந்தேகம் வரும். ஆனா சட்ட பிரகாரம் அவருடைய எமால்மெண்ட்ஸ் அலவன்சஸை டிமினிஷ் பண்றதுக்கான வாய்ப்பே இல்லை. President can resign from his office at any time by addressing the resignation letter to the Lok Sabha அப்படின்னு போட்டுருக்காங்க. ரெசிக்னேஷன் லெட்டர் கொடுக்கலாம், ஆனா லோக்சபா கொடுக்கணுமா அப்படின்றது எனக்கு தெரியல. ரெசிக்னேஷன் லெட்டர் should be given only to the vice president. So that is also wrong. So மூணு விதமான தவறான ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்ஸ் கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. இப்போ நான் क्वेश्चनக்கு ஆன்சருக்கு போறேன் பாருங்க. Select the incorrect answer from the code given below. Correct answer from the code given below கொடுக்கல. அவங்களே வந்து ஒரு லீடிங்கா எனக்கு the incorrect answer from the code given below அப்படின்னு கொடுத்து 1 and 2 only, 1 and 3 only, 2 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 3. So மூணுமே வந்து எனக்கு தவறுன்னு தெரிஞ்சதுனால I would like to go for answer D. This takes nearly 60 seconds for me to answer. So 1 minute, it takes 1 full minute for me to read, comprehend, analyze, rule out and come to a conclusion. இதுதாங்க UPSC examination. UPSC examination crack பண்ணணும், அதுல வெற்றி அடையணும். அவங்க கேட்கிற கேள்வி, அந்த கேள்வி எக்ஸாமினருடைய மனநிலையை புரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டு அவர் கேட்கின்ற கரெக்டான கேள்வி என்ன, அதுக்கு பதில் சொல்றதுதான் வந்து யூபிஎஸ்சி எக்ஸாமினேஷனை கிராக் பண்றதுக்கான சக்சஸ்ஃபுல் மெத்தட். ஓகே, இந்த மாதிரியான ஒரு ட்ரைனிங் உங்களுக்கு கொடுக்கறது தான் இந்த IKLAS-னுடைய ட்ரைனிங் ப்ரோக்ராம்னுடைய நோக்கம். சோ முதல்ல நான் சொன்னேன் 2 லட்சம் ரூபாய் செலவு பண்ணி படிச்சவர் ஒரு பெரிய சென்டர்ல போய் படிச்சிருக்காரு, இன்னொருத்தர் செலவே பண்ணாம தானே உட்கார்ந்து 2 வருஷம் படிச்சிருக்காரு. 2 பேருக்கும் இடையில உள்ள வித்தியாசம் இப்போ IKLAS-ல உங்க படிக்கிறவங்களுக்கு தெரியும். இது ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஒரு அட்வான்டேஜ் பாயிண்ட். உங்க கையில வந்து ஒரு AK-47 கொடுத்தா எப்படி இருக்கும், ஒரு சோல்ஜருக்கு AK-47 கொடுத்தாக்கா வார் ஃப்ரண்ட்ல அவர் எவ்வளவு நல்லா டீல் பண்ண முடியுமோ, ஒரு எழுத்தாளருக்கு நல்ல பேனா கொடுத்தா எப்படி நல்லா டீல் பண்ண முடியுமோ, அந்த மாதிரி இந்த கேள்வியை எப்படி கிராக் பண்றது, எப்படி சமாளிக்கிறது அப்படின்ற டெக்னிக் வந்து உங்களுக்கு கிளாஸ்ல இப்ப சொல்லி தராங்க. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஸ்லைடு போலாமா? ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஸ்லைடு. இப்போ இதுல அந்த ட்ரிக்ஸ் டு ரிமெம்பர் திங்ஸ் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு நோட் போட்டு பாருங்க. அதுல பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஆர்டிகல் 123 ஆர்டிகல் 123 இஸ் ஆர்டினன்ஸ். தெரியலப்பா, ஹலோ, விசிபிள் இல்ல. ஆர்டினன்ஸ் மேக்கிங் பவர் ஆஃப் த பிரசிடென்ட். ஆர்டினன்ஸ் மேக்கிங் பவர் ஆஃப் த பிரசிடென்ட். ஆர்டிகல் 262 இஸ் இன்டர்ஸ்டேட் வாட்டர் டிஸ்பியூட் ட்ரைபியூனல். இந்தியா அண்ட் சைனா பார்டர் கான்ஃபிளிக்ட், கால்வான் வேலி. இந்த மாதிரியான இதை வந்து எப்படி நீங்க ஈஸியா மனசுல ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கிறது அப்படின்றதுக்கு வழக்கமா என்ன சொல்லுவோம், ஒரு ஓட்டப்பந்தயத்துல 1 2 3 ஸ்டார்ட் கோ அப்படின்னு சொல்றோம் இல்லைங்களா? அது மாதிரியான இம்மீடியட்டா சொன்ன உடனே நடவடிக்கைக்கு வரக்கூடியது என்னன்னு எடுத்துக்கிட்டீங்கன்னாக்கா an ordinance immediately gets into effect. அது எந்த ஆர்டிகல்ல இருக்கு? 1 2 3ல இருக்கு. 1 2 3 அப்படி சொன்னாக்கா உங்க மனசுல அது பதிஞ்சு போயிடும். ஆர்டிகல் 262 அப்படின்னா இன்டர்ஸ்டேட் வாட்டர் டிஸ்பியூட். 2 நாடுகள், 2 மாநிலங்கள், 2 மாநிலங்களுக்கு இடையில் உள்ள 6 நம்பர் இருக்கு இல்லையா, அது 6 அப்படின்னு ஞாபகம் வச்சுட்டோம்னா 262 ஆர்டிகல் 262 இன்டர்ஸ்டேட் வாட் டிஸ்பியூட் ட்ரைபியூனல் அமைக்கிறதுக்கான ஆர்டிகல் அப்படின்னு புரிஞ்சுக்கலாம். இந்தியா சைனா பார்டர் கான்ஃபிளிக்ட்ல கேல்வான் வேலி அப்படின்னு சொன்னாக்கா, கேல்வான் வேலின்னா ஒரு கல்வான்னு ஒரு ராஜா இருந்தாரு, அவர் பேர்ல வந்த வேலி அது கேல்வான் வேலி அப்படியே வச்சுக்கலாம். இல்ல அங்க ஒண்ணுமே முளைக்காது, புல் பூண்டு கூட முளைக்காது, காலியா போன இடம், ஆளு போனா காலியாயிருவான், அப்படி கூட ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கலாம், கேல்வான் வேலின்னு ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கலாம். ஓகே, so this is some tricks to remember things. இதெல்லாம் வந்து உங்களுக்கு in future courseல உங்களுக்கு சொல்லி தருவாங்க. நெக்ஸ்ட் ஸ்லைடு போங்க, லாஸ்ட் ஸ்லைடு போங்க. so இந்த பெர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ் அனாலிசிஸ் ஆஃப் டாப் 20 பெர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ் நீங்க பார்க்கணும்னு நான் விரும்புறேன். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் காலம்ல வந்து டெஸ்ட் 1 போட்டிருக்கோம், செகண்ட் காலம்ல டெஸ்ட் 4 போட்டிருக்கோம், தேர்ட் காலம்ல டெஸ்ட் 7 போட்டிருக்கோம். இது எல்லாத்தையும் சேர்த்து ஆவரேஜ் போட்டிருக்கோம். இப்போ அமீன் ஷரீஃப்ங்கிறவர் பாத்தீங்கன்னா, வித் டியூ ரெஸ்பெக்ட் டு ஹிம், அவர் வந்து ஆவரேஜ் 81 நெட் பண்ணியிருக்காரு. அதுக்கப்புறம் நூருல்லா 79, சோஃபியா 78, இர்ஃபான் 76, முகமது தஜுதீன் 77 அப்படி வந்திருக்கிறாங்க. ஆனா ஒரு வருஷம் மட்டும் நீங்க ரொம்ப கேர்ஃபுல்லா பார்க்கணும். இப்போ அப்துல் பாசித்னு இருக்காரு பாருங்க. அப்துல் பாசித் வந்து முதல் டெஸ்ட்ல 64 வாங்கியிருக்காரு, ரெண்டாவது காலத்துல இருக்க 4வது டெஸ்ட்ல 84 வாங்கியிருக்காரு, மறுபடியும் 7வது டெஸ்ட்ல 70 வந்திருக்காரு. இது அவர் கன்சிஸ்டன்டா மெயின்டைன் பண்ணல அப்படின்றத காமிக்குது. எனிவே இட்ஸ் a good mark, he has got 73% average. பட் இந்த எக்ஸாமினேஷன்லயும் நல்லா பண்ணியிருந்தாருன்னா, டெஸ்ட் 7லயும் நல்லா பண்ணியிருந்தாருன்னா அவருடைய கான்ஃபிடன்ஸ் லெவல் இன்னும் அதிகமா இருக்கும். முகமது தௌஃபில் பாருங்க, 28 எடுக்கிறாருங்க முதல் பரீட்சையில, 4வது டெஸ்ட்ல 76 எடுக்கிறாரு, 7வது டெஸ்ட்ல 80 எடுக்கிறாரு. அவருடைய ஆவரேஜ் 61 தான் இருந்தாலும் கூட அவருடைய வளர்ச்சி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ரொம்ப ரிமார்க்கபிளா இருக்கு அப்படின்றத நான் சொல்ல விரும்புறேன். அதே மாதிரி இந்த சைட்ல பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஜைனப் அஃப்ரீன் இருக்காங்க பாருங்க, கடைசி லாஸ்ட் பட் ஒன். அவங்க வந்து முதல் டெஸ்ட்ல 50 எடுத்திருக்காங்க, 2வது டெஸ்ட்ல 84 எடுத்திருக்காங்க, 7வது டெஸ்ட்ல 64 எடுத்திருக்காங்க. ஸோ ஆவரேஜ் 65 வருது. ஆவரேஜ் 65 வந்தாலும் கூட அவங்களுடைய கன்சிஸ்டன்சி லெவல் எங்க நல்லா இருக்கும்னா, 4வது டெஸ்ட்ல 84 எடுக்கிறாங்க பாருங்க, அதை மெயின்டைன் பண்ணும் போதுதான் ரைஸ் ஆகும். ஸோ இந்த மாதிரியான உங்களுடைய பெர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ் எவாலுவேஷனையும் இந்த IKLASல சொல்லி கொடுக்கும் போது அவங்க செஞ்சு தர்றது உங்களுக்கு ஒரு பெரிய அட்வான்டேஜாக இருக்கும். நெக்ஸ்ட் ஸ்லைட் ப்ளீஸ். ப்ரீவியஸ் ஸ்லைட். ஸோ 250 ஆஸ்பிரண்ட்ஸ் பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணியிருக்கிறாங்க. இந்தியா முழுக்க இருந்து எல்லா மாநிலங்கள்ல இருந்து வந்து கலந்துட்டு இருக்கிறாங்க. 2 மாதம் இந்த ஃபவுண்டேஷன் கோர்ஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கிறாங்க. கிட்டத்தட்ட 100 மணி நேரங்கள் லைவ் கிளாஸஸ் அட்டன் பண்ணியிருக்கிறாங்க. இந்தியன் பாலிட்டி, ஜியோகிராஃபி, ஆப்டிடியூட், கரண்ட் அஃபேர்ஸ், இந்தியன் எக்கானமி, மாடர்ன் இந்தியன் ஹிஸ்டரி அப்படின்னு நிறைய சப்ஜெக்ட்ஸ் அவங்களுக்கு வந்து சொல்லி கொடுத்துருக்குறாங்க. 8 வாரம் வீக்லி டெஸ்ட் கண்டக்ட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. கிட்டத்தட்ட 400 கேள்விகளை வந்து அவங்களுக்கு சால்வ் பண்ணி கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. இந்த 2 மாதத்துல 25 ஹவர்ஸ் மென்டாரிங் செஷன் கொடுத்துருக்குறாங்க. ஆக்டிவ் டிஸ்கஷன் இந்த போர்ட்டல் வந்து என்கரேஜ் பண்ணிருக்கிறாங்க. க்ளோஸ் இட் ப்ளீஸ். இது இவ்வளவும் செஞ்சு கொடுத்துருக்கிறதுனாலதான் அவங்களுடைய பெர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ் லெவல் வந்து இன்னும் நல்லா இம்ப்ரூவ் ஆயிருக்கு. இப்போ செப்டம்பர் 7th இருந்து மறுபடியும் வகுப்புல ஆரம்பிக்க போறாங்க. இந்த வகுப்புல கிட்டத்தட்ட 2 பகுதியா பிரிச்சுக்கலாம். ஸோ ஃபார் மெயின்ஸ் எக்ஸாமினேஷன், ஃபார் ப்ரிலிமினரி எக்ஸாமினேஷன் பிரிச்சுக்கலாம். கிட்டத்தட்ட 9 மாதங்கள் நம்ம கையில டைம் இருக்குங்க. இந்த 9 மாதங்கள் டைம்ல ஒரு நாளைக்கு 12 மணி நேரம் நம்ம இதுக்குன்னு உழைப்ப செலவிடுறோம்னாக்கா கிட்டத்தட்ட 3240 மணி நேரம் நம்ம கையில கிடைக்குது. இந்த 3240 மணி நேரத்துல ஐஏஎஸ்னுடைய ப்ரிலிம் சிலபஸ், மெயின் சிலபஸ், நம்மளுடைய பர்சனாலிட்டி டெவலப்மெண்ட் எல்லாத்தையுமே ஒரு கணக்கிட்டு ஆவரேஜா ஒரு மணிக்கு 10 கேள்விகள், 10 விதமான சப்ஜெக்டுகள்ல இருந்து 10 கேள்விகளுக்கு நாம் தயாரித்துக்கிட்டே வந்தோம்னா நம்ம கைப்பட இதுக்கான நோட்ஸ் தயாரிக்கிறது வந்து நான் ரொம்ப வலியுறுத்தி சொல்லுவேன். அப்பதான் வந்து உங்களுக்கு அதனால பிரயோஜனம் இருக்கும். இந்த 2 வருடங்கள், இந்த 9 மாதங்கள் சேர்த்து 2 வருடங்கள் நீங்க செலவழிக்கக்கூடிய வாழ்நாள் உங்களுடைய 35 ஆண்டு கால வாழ்க்கையை சிறப்பாக அமைக்கும் என்று கூறி உங்கள் அனைவரையும் வாழ்த்தி விடைபெறுகிறேன். அஸ்ஸலாமு அலைக்கும்.
Jazakumullah khair, Bashir Sahab, for the wonderful explanation about how the representation of IAS, IPS and IFS from the upright, sincere people can change the functionality of the country and make it achieve growth and success. and how different questions have to be attempted and answered. And it is not just the paper, it is the psychology of the person who asked the question which has to be answered, and how we should pick the right answer. And alhamdulillah, as he has rightly said, at IKLAS, this is how we prepare our participants to achieve success. And now moving forward, we have arrived at the moment most of us have been waiting for, the results which we have already seen, which our director sub has, our advisor, which has showed us the results. And now the formal announcement of the results of the toppers for the online foundation course, to present the profiles of the participants and to declare the percentage that they have secured. I request Brother Arif Ahmed, who is the Chief Administrative Officer of IKLAS Academy, to run us through the participants' profiles and list of toppers. Brother Arif Ahmed with the details.
Assalamu alaikum to all. I will briefly display the name arranged as per their merit ranking. Around 200 participants attended the 100 hours online session, and based on their assessment in the weekly test, ranking has been given. Top 20 aspirants have scored above 60% average in the 7 weekly tests we conducted. We have explained briefly about the foundation course. Now we will be displaying the merit certificates of the top 20 aspirants. Amin Sharif, Noorul Abdul Wahab, Sophia Jan, Irfan Syed Uzaid, Muhammad Tajuddin, Samil Khan Muhammad Nazir, Roshini Sheikh, Abdul Basit, Muhammad Tufail, Muhammad Safras Alam, Shashin Khan, Amira Fatima, Umar Rizwan, Hazim Ali, Shelia Muhammad Abdul Hamid, Afifa Nas, Asmatu Nisa, Zainab Afrin, Muhammad Faisal Muhammad Pichai, Deen Badusha. So these are the top 20 aspirants, and I thank all of the participants, and I thank all of you. Over to Brother Asmatullah.
Jazakumullah khair, Brother Arif. Our hearty congratulations to all the toppers. And however, this is just one step which we have crossed and one hurdle which we have cleared. And we're just preparing to face the much bigger challenge of the UPSC examinations. What challenges would you face? What is the methodology that we need to prepare? How do we equip you? How do we equip ourselves? And what is required? How? When? What? To answer all your questions about the hows and whats, we've prepared the next platform for you, which will catapult your careers from aspirations to success, from academics to civil servants, from aspirants to officers. To tell you more about IKLAS online course for the competitive exams, I request Brother Abdul Rahman to please come forward and present the details of the course and enlighten the participants of what is in store for them. Brother Abdul Rahman.
Good evening once again, and welcome all. I'll be introducing the upcoming course, IKLAS online course for competitive exams. To give an overview, this course, shortly as we call it, IOCE, is a comprehensive UPSC prelims cum mains course. In fact, it builds upon the success of our foundation course, and the course has been designed by experts in this field. And the mode of delivery is through online. The main objectives of this course are to prepare the aspirants for the demand of the UPSC Civil Services exam. Not just UPSC, once the aspirants prepare for this exam, they can in fact use the same knowledge and experience gained here to crack various other civil services exams as well. This is a quite wide and inclusive course due to the fact that the delivery is through online. People who are not able to move due to the lockdown, or people who may have other restrictions in attending a physical class or a full-time class, can also attend this without any issues. And this is a top-notch coaching at a great value. I'll be covering on this matter in detail in the coming slides. When we say top-notch, the primary aspect of any course will be its faculties. And our faculties are experts in this field who are coming from all over India and from some of the notable institutes. Our geography faculty is Mr. Chelian, and he's one of the top teachers in geography and has been training for 4,000 students, and have trained 4,000 students every year. And our faculty of economics, Mr. Mishra, has a MA in economics and is LLB, has worked in academies like Ross IAS Study Circle, Vision IAS in Delhi. And our faculty for history is Mr. Manoj Madhav. He will be taking history, art, and culture, and he has also been teaching at many reputed institutes all over India. And Mr. Muhammad Amil Hassan is a BA Honors in English and MA Honors in English, will be the faculty of polity, and he's been teaching in many reputed institutes, particularly in Delhi, since 4 years. And Dr. Rajshekhar, he's our faculty of science and technology, ecology, and environment. He's a veterinary doctor and holds a diploma in bioinformatics and biotechnology. And he is associated with Serve-8 teaching since 2005, and also a visiting faculty at Rouse. So how about the course coverage? The course coverage would include both paper 1 and 2 of the UPSC prelims, and it overlaps the aspects of the mains coaching too. This is normally termed as prelims cum mains approach in the industry. For mains, we cover all the general studies 1 to 4 papers, and in a very comprehensive manner. And I must highlight here that we provide ample amount of answer writing practice as well. We will also be taking optional subjects. And going over to the timeline, the course begins in the first week of September, in about a couple of weeks, and then the prelims cum mains coaching approach will continue till the month of January 2021, and from February till April we will be going through the main subjects. Between May and June, just till before the 2021 prelims, we will be doing a prelims test series for about 2 months. The course will extend even after that for those students who clear the prelims exam and will be preparing for the mains. And how about post-lockdown? Well, we have a plan for that. While our stream is primarily going to be with an online approach, we also have an option to switch to the classroom sessions around the month of January. That is, we are expecting the lockdown to be relaxed in Chennai. Again, this is all purely speculative and fully depends upon the decision, the government's decision. And if that happens, then we will definitely have offline classes, and we will arrange for student intake. And those who are willing to join, opt in for the offline classroom sessions can also do. When we say online, what do we do in online? For those aspirants who already attended the foundation course, they must be very well knowing that most of these aspects that I'm going to tell now. First, the live classes will be through Zoom, and we will have two-way communication. And apart from the main faculty who is going through this, who is delivering the instruction, we will also have our own research staffs present in the class to moderate the interaction with the students, and he will also answer the queries of the students in real time. And at the end of the class, the faculty who just delivered the lecture will also take part in the question and answer session. And the rest of the course delivery is done through our learning management system called Moodle. We will have all the course materials available 24/7 there, and the recorded videos of the classes are also uploaded there. We will also have the reading materials like PowerPoint presentations, course notes, documents, and textbooks in the form of soft copy. Apart from that, we cover 4 major A's that will also be managed through our learning management system, namely the attendance, assignments, assessments, and analytics. I'll be explaining these topics in a bit. And we believe that the aspirants learn at a faster pace through discussions and knowledge sharing. And hence, an interaction session is an interactive platform is extremely important for the preparation. Some of the tools we have for interaction or discussion forums, chat rooms, real-time messaging are being used. The aspirants of the foundation course present here used it during their course actually. So I'm sure they found it immensely useful. One may wonder what will happen to the online classes once we go to the hybrid model, if at all it happens. In fact, the online classes are going to be much more interesting because once we go to the hybrid mode, the actual classroom session will be streamed live with the same level of interaction. Hence, the participants will have a much more immersive experience and feel like they too are part of the class. If done, I think to my knowledge, this will be the first institute in India to ever do this. And then apart from the classes and assessments, there will also be few other periodical activities, like the daily activities include essay writing, essay answer writing practice. So we will be posting a question in the portal and participants will be asked to upload their answers before the end of the day. And there will also be a daily current affairs quiz. And all these modules will have open discussion and interaction, as I said, attached to it. So the aspirants throughout the day can go there, chat with the chat in the discussion forum, interact and comment on other solution, add a point to it. They can just enrich it throughout the day. And finally, at the end of the day, our research staff will consolidate it and provide the solution, and will also conduct a discussion on that. And the weekly and monthly activities include the weekly MCQ tests, and there will also be essay writing test and monthly revision test. After each of these assessments, we will have detailed explanation session and detailed explanation solutions posted online. And the most important activity is the post-test analysis. People who have already attended the civil services coaching would know the importance of the post-test analysis discussion. We will be having this after every weekly or monthly test, and it will go for like 1 or 2 hours, and the faculty will analyze the question by question and clarify all the doubts and what are the mistakes the student made and how they can improve their score, something like that. And mentoring. In UPSC, not just UPSC, any civil services preparation, proper mentoring and guidance could prove a difference between the quick success or like trying for years together. And we will be conducting a periodical mentoring sessions in our course, and our mentors comes with a lot of experience and are actual achievers in the field. We have serving officers as our mentors, like DSPs, collectors, accountant generals, and various others from other high positions in government jobs. And they will conduct one-on-one sessions with the aspirants and provide key advice on how to cover the subjects, and analyze and provide feedbacks on their performance, and facilitate and enable collaboration between the participants. Most importantly, they will actually serve as an inspiration and motivation for the aspirants. Okay, to summarize whatever I went through, this is a full year course with a comprehensive prelims cum mains approach, and we are going to have almost 600 plus hours of coaching, and we also have option to switch to classroom session once the lockdown is relaxed. We also have a sophisticated and very intuitive delivery platform in the form of our learning management system. We will also have a rigorous coaching and training in terms of assessment and activities. We will also be providing constant mentoring. But the important question is, how much do we charge? So are we charging 2,30,000? No, this is actually what an academy in Delhi is charging for a similar course. There is 2 lakhs. No, this is again another academy in Delhi. And is it 1,65,000? No, again, this is actually another academy in Chennai for a similar course, 1,50,000. Nope, not even close. So what IKLAS charges? It's just 20,000 only for the whole course. And all of this, whatever I mentioned, we promise that we will deliver. The foundation course participants here who attended the last 2 months would provide the testimonial on our delivery. So it's actually, when you calculate, it's not even ₹60 per day. So, and the cherry on the cake are the discounts that we provide. The toppers of our IOFC course, the foundation course, will get up to 50% discounts on the course fee. And not just that, we also have the next 10 ranks getting the 25% discount, and the aspirants who are from a religious scholar family or they themselves are religious scholars will get 50% on the course fee, and deserving candidates from each districts in Tamil Nadu as identified by our district representatives will get 25%. People who have been orphaned and particularly by the ongoing COVID crisis will get about 50%, and differently able people will get 25%, and all our alumni, the present, be it the recent course or the courses previous to that, will get just 10% discount on the course fee. So on a personal note, one may wonder how IKLAS can give such a course at this low cost and also be able to provide discounts on top. We need to understand that IKLAS is a non-profit organization, and there are like several people working behind giving the time and effort without expecting any returns. And we also have philanthropists who are ready to offset the cost, any cost overruns we may have in this course. All of these people's only aim is to serve the country by uplifting the deserving people by providing them with good opportunities. I take this moment to pray to Allah to bless them all. So this is a heavily subsidized course, and the actual expenditure when calculated would go over multiple times than what the fees is being collected. So people present here, and also please pass this word. I would stress and reiterate to all of those who are present here not to miss this golden opportunity, and we promise that we will be with you throughout the journey and be part of your success story. And thank you very much for listening patiently, and I turn it over to Mr. Azmatullah.
Jazakumullah khair, Brother Abdurrahman. That was indeed a detailed explanation of what is in store for our participants. Rightly said, as top-notch coaching with expert faculty members who are expert in their own fields. Prelims cum mains coaching, analysis of answers, interactive sessions, and that too for a cost which is nothing in comparison with the other IAS academies. 20,000 rupees, you heard it right, it is 20,000 rupees for the whole course. It's not per month, it is for the whole course. And you saw it, scholarships and discounts on top of that. And our participants will definitely vouch for what we deliver. And as rightly put, we are not a commercial institute. Our intention is to create sincere, upright civil servants who would serve the country. And on that note, I would move forward with the program today, and I'd request Brother Sharif Nofal to introduce our chief guest for the evening. Brother Sharif Nofal, for the introduction of the chief guest.
Good evening to all present in this important program. It is my privilege to introduce our chief guest, Mr. Nawaz Kani, Member of Parliament. He joined the Indian Union Muslim League in 2011, and he contested for the first time in election, won by massive margin of 1.26 lakhs votes, and now a member of Indian Parliament for 17th Lok Sabha. After winning election, he immediately announced educational assistance for 300 students and later extended to 600 students. Met various union ministers to resolve the several public issues with respect to his constituency, improved railway infrastructure after constant follow-up with the railway minister and the concerned authorities. He has fulfilled his election manifesto by establishing medical college, and now construction of medical college is being directly supervised by him. Swiftly acted towards bringing back of standard Indians abroad by constant follow-up with the External Affairs Ministry and was a key person in arranging chartered flights, and at times he has to bear the cost of quarantine and flight for those who can't afford it. During the initial period of COVID-19 lockdown, he had distributed worth 20 lakhs of relief materials in his constituency. He continuously opposed strongly against CAA, NRC, NPR in the parliament and also at all public meetings. Involving in educational activities through Annalar Education Trust across Tamil Nadu and providing scholarship for state level ranked students and for the financially background students too. His service continued for the badly affected Delta regions, Delta districts after the Gaja cyclone by volunteering to all friends. Interest-free loans are given to the lower income group of people through Kurwadi Baitul Mal Trust and medical treatment expenses for the below the poverty line families. Mr. Navaskani, Member of Parliament, was honored with a doctorate by Academy of Universal Global Peace for his extraordinary interest and service to all level of public. Here we, IKLAS, thanking you for your precious time. May I request you to address the gathering with few words. Jazakallah khairan.
Unmute Aisha. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Walaikum salam.
I begin my speech in the name of Almighty Allah to wish all this memorable event of Valediction ceremony of IKLAS Academy. The academy specially formed for the betterment of young aspirants who want to serve in IAS and IPS cadres. And it's not like any other academy. It has been started with the intention of uplifting our community, training our youth to face the civil service exams. It really has to be appreciated heartily as it's great initiative taken for the entire community. I share the honor to be a part of this event with the President of Manidine Makalchi and former MLA, Professor M.Y. Jawairullah, and Mr. Nisar Ahmad IPS, retired Inspector General of Police, who has been serving the society in this field from our minority community. I congratulate founder chairman of IKLAS Academy, managing director of the professional careers, Brother Ahmad Miran. I would like to greet you. Dr. K.M. Muhammad Ismail said, Dr. Sadaqatullah, PM Bashir Ahmad IAS, and other trustees for taking such a great initiative for the community, and I congratulate all participants in this great event. And let the Almighty Allah shower His blessings to all. It's an honor to be a part of this event. Brother Ahmad Miran, chairman of IKLAS Academy, have a brief explanation of vision, mission, and mottos of the academy and what they are doing from the academy. We are proud of this IKLAS Academy. IKLAS means purity in all their roles and activities. While you perform with purity in all your regular activities, you gain confidence that you are answerable only to the Almighty and nothing else. We all travel with different platforms like entrepreneur, politician, public servant, social worker, or someone working somewhere. But if we perform with purity in our responsibilities, we can build a healthy nation. I feel proud to announce you that you have created an academy in the name of IKLAS itself to identify and upgrade the young aspirants who are preparing themselves to serve the public as a IAS, IPS, IRS, IF, or IFS. It's nice to see founders and trustees like you all, you are volunteering for the betterment of these candidates. I really appreciate your initiative once again. At these crucial hours and the way we are progressing is the need of our. I wish to share my gratitude to all members within this inspiring educational academy. When all the public servants serve with the purity and sincerity in the roles, is posted at appropriate positions. Definitely the genuineness of the functioning will redefine the government power. These officers can have a great impact on the society. IKLAS role is inevitable at this moment. We have seen how our community is affected due to corrupted officials. Government may change, but government officials keep functioning, so they should perform with purity in the roles and responsibilities. And IKLAS Academy is identifying and promoting such young aspirants is not only service to public, but it's a great service to the nation. People like us in society, in politics as people's representatives, they have so many thoughts running about our community. Our current position, educationally and economically, our fundamental rights being denied. And we are behind the so-called scheduled caste in India. In 2005, a committee was formed under Justice Rajendra Chachar by the Congress Party to study the lifestyle of the education and opportunity of Islamic people across India. And the committee has submitted a 403 pages analysis report in 2006 at the Parliament. And the outcome of the committee report was shocking. And it clearly cited that Islamic people were not only categorized as minorities, but their livelihood was far behind the scheduled caste community. In South, especially in Tamil Nadu and Kerala, our community is placed better, wherein they are far behind in other states of India. To derive a solution, a committee under Ranganath Mishra has filed a proposal in the Parliament in 2007, and the committee recommended a 10% reservation on education and job opportunities, but quite unfortunately, it's not implemented. And I doubt whether this government will exercise it. You have initiated this, realizing the value and the importance of education systems and its implementation. This discretion power of the elected representatives of the government, either the legislative members, nor the parliament members, or even the prime minister of this nation are restricted only to 5 years, are the more numbers of times selected by the general public, wherein the appointed qualified government officials are exercised to perform the roles till the retirement from the service. And while officers with purity and sincerity is posted in such positions, we can foresee a assured growth of our nation. And we are paving way for that. And the service is going to be an everlasting one. So I would proudly say the service of IKLAS Academy is an outstanding service of the nation. Our government schemes and policies are handled by the IAS, IPS, IRS, IFS officials, and presently our community representatives are very minimal. And we are not able to get the due recognition for our efforts, and the need of ours to identify, train, and place the appropriate officers for the appropriate positions. So IKLAS Academy has to identify the post more officials across India, to see them perform with purity and sincerity, to treat everyone equally in the eyes of law. I would like to end by thanking this opportunity, and may Allah shower His blessings towards this academy and protect all of us during this pandemic. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Jazakumullah khair, MP Sahab. Our honorable member of parliament has had our thoughts provoking with his very crisp talk about how a country will get redefined if everyone serves with purity in their roles, and that governments change, but civil servants continue to render their services, if only they are upright it is indeed that our country will get skyrocketed as a developed country and a superpower. And with that, I request our toppers in the online foundation course to please come forward and provide us with their feedback. I request Brother Samil Khan, who has ranked 6th in the online foundation course, to please come up and share his feedback. Brother Samir Khan is the son of Mr. Muhammad Nazir, who hails from Kanchipuram.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Thank you, Nawaskani sir, for your valuable speech, which gives us immense courage to work hard in our exams. It was a great pleasure to be part of IKLAS Academy. It helped us to improve our skills and understand the concepts clearly in each and every topics. Instructors helped us when and where required. We had a couple of motivational sessions from various personalities. It helped us improve our self-confidence. IKLAS Academy gives us moral support to face the exams confidently. Thanks a lot for the management of IKLAS for taking care on us. Thanks. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakumullah khair for your feedback, brother. We expect that you join our next course as well, and inshallah we wish to see that you clear your civil service aspirations, inshallah. And now I request Sister Amira Fatima to please come forward and share her feedback about the institute.
Assalamu alaikum. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sister, please go on.
Okay. I'm so happy that I come under the list of top 20 in foundation course. Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khair to the chief guest and the management of IKLAS for honoring me in this event. The faculty members of IKLAS makes regular interaction with us that helps us to rectify our queries. For our benefits, faculty schedule mentoring programs by experts. By giving regular test series, provides us the opportunity to identify our weak areas and also helps us to tune it. Coaching and guidance provided by our faculty are excellent regarding how to prepare the exam, how to study, how to approach question papers, and also how to study the answers. Most importantly, self-confidence and motivation is the biggest thing, and I hope definitely our academy will mold us to acquire all these qualities. I'm so happy to be an aspirant in IKLAS IS Academy. Jazakallah khair.
Jazakumullahu khair, sister. Sister Amira Fatima secured the 12th rank in the foundation course. And now to take the event forward, I would like to mention that our evening is star-studded with people who are actual performers in real life and not screen performers. And now to introduce our next chief guest, who is an epitome in himself, I request Brother Niaz Ahmed, who is a trustee of IKLAS Trust, to please come forward and introduce our chief guest. Brother Niaz Ahmed.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Am I audible?
Yes, brother, please go on.
It is indeed a great pleasure to introduce a noble personality, Dr. Professor Jawahirullah Sahib. Dr. Professor Jawahirullah Sahib is an Indian politician and a former member of the Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly from Ramanathapuram constituency. He represents the Manidaneyam Makkal Katchi party, of which he is the founding member and present leader. He is also the member of Tamil Nadu Muslim Munnetra Kalagam. Dr. Jawahirullah Sahib was born in Udangudi, Tuticorin district in Tamil Nadu. His educational qualifications are BCom, MBA, MPhil, PhD. He worked as assistant professor in Islamia College, Vaniambadi, and associate professor of management studies at the New College Institute of Management, director consultant at Preston International College as well. He has been associated with Islamic and social activities since his student days. He has toured various parts of India and delivered lectures on various aspects of Islam, human rights, including minority rights. He has also written books on various Islamic topics in Tamil. He has translated from English various Islamic books and articles in Tamil. He is one of the founders of Tamil Nadu Muslim Munnetra Kalagam. Under his leadership, Tamil Nadu Muslim Munnetra Kalagam was given several awards by the Tamil Nadu State AIDS Control Board for his exemplary service in donating blood, which has also earned the first place for providing the largest number of blood units during emergencies. Tamil Nadu Muslim Munnetra Kalagam has 160 ambulance vans which provide service in all parts of Tamil Nadu. He is also president of Manidaneyam Makkal Katchi and represented Ramanathapuram constituency in Tamil Nadu Assembly during 2011 and 16. He is a member of All India Muslim Personnel Board. He represented Indian Minority Organization in 9th session of the UN Working Group on Minorities on the UN Human Rights Commission held at Geneva in May 2003 and presented 2 papers in English on the condition of Indian Muslims. He participates in several TV debates in leading TV channels on Islam, human rights, minority rights, and national affairs. India Today, a leading weekly, conferred the Sigaram 15. Sigaram is a Tamil word meaning pinnacle, award for being one of the 15 outstanding young leaders of Tamil Nadu in 2004. The list is endless. Now, I call upon Dr. Professor Jawaharullah Sahib to deliver his address. Thank you.
Respected Miran Sahib, Chairman of the IKLAS Foundation and Managing Director of the Professional Couriers, Brother Nawaz Kani, Member of Parliament from Ramanathapuram constituency, Mr. Nisar Ahmed, IPS from Bangalore, the General Secretary of IKLAS Academy, Dr. Ismail Seth, Brother Khalid, who is the Treasurer of IKLAS Foundation, as well as various other office bearers, Brother PM Bashir Ahmed Sahib, former retired IAS officer, who gave a very good lecture for the IAS aspirants, and also the Director of IKLAS Foundation, Dr. Sadaqatullah, and he himself should be an inspiration for all the IAS aspirants, because coming from a remote village of Rajakambiram in Ramanathapuram, or maybe now in Sivagangai district, he rose to become a very high official in the Reserve Bank of India. And my dear brothers and sisters attending this course, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. May Almighty's peace and blessings be showered on all of you. It is really pleasure to talk to aspirants, young aspirants who wanted to become civil servants of this country. This COVID pandemic had, of course, disturbed our lives in many ways. But there is an Islamic saying which says that even in a calamity, there will be some goodness. And the goodness in COVID-19 time is that it has helped to bring all the people literally into a very small village that is this internet world. And that is how IKLAS Foundation, IKLAS Academy had conducted a very good course, made people utilize their time in this lockdown period. And I congratulate all of you who had attended the course and who had attended, who had got very top rankings here. And I wish that you continue this course, and one day we should be talking with you as IAS officers or IPS officers or IRS officers. When the brother introduced me, he told me that I am from Udangudi. I was born in Udangudi in Thoothukudi district. And what he forgot to mention was that Udangudi had produced many academicians, many entrepreneurs, many writers, and of course many politicians too. But many of you may not be aware that our village, Udangudi, had produced two very exemplary IAS officers. One of them is no more with us. And if he had been alive, maybe he would have become the Chief Secretary of Tamil Nadu government. His name was M.H. Jalal. He was the son of the Imam of the Masjid of our Mohalla in Periyathiru, in Kutpapalli Thiru, Juma Mosque Street in Kalamudi in Udangudi. And he was born to the Imam in a very big family. And M.H. Jalal studied, underwent his school in TTDA higher secondary school, high school rather, in Udangudi itself. And do you know how did he study? It was not the world where we had electricity. It was not the world we had internet to browse and find out some facts which we wanted. It was not the world where we can connect with our friends instantly. He used to study under the street light provided by the Panchayat Union. At that time, it was only an Urachi town. Now it is a town Panchayat. And there was poverty. The imams, you know, even now they are paid very less. And those days you can recollect or you can guess what would have been the salary for the imam for a very big family consisting of about half a dozen children. But Jalal toiled. He studied under the street light. He studied with a hungry stomach. Later on, he joined St. John's College in Palayangote. Through his hard work, he was a gold medalist in MA English Literature. He stood first in the Madurai Kamaraj University. After finishing his post-graduation, he was one of the first faculty members of Qaida-Millat Men's College, which was just then inaugurated in Medavakkam in Chennai. He was heading the English department. Then he wrote the civil service examination, cracked it, and was one of the toppers, was allotted to the Tamil Nadu cadre, and he was also the collector of Trichy district. Unfortunately, during his service, at a very young age of 35 years, he had to leave this world. So this was an inspirational story. The other IAS officer is Brother Naseem Ahmed, and he is an Himachal Pradesh cadre. He is also from Udangudi. I'm not just saying this for telling about my native place, but only I'm pointing it out that hardships, poverty, many things was not a stumbling block if you have the will and courage to succeed. Dr. Sadaqatullah is an excellent example of that. M.H. Jalal is an excellent example of that. And I'm going to tell you some other examples also. You would have known that this year, the earlier speakers were finding out of how many Muslims succeeded, but I'm not going to tell about the Muslim story. Of course, that is also there. What I wanted to tell you was about a girl from Madurai. Her name was Purana Sundari, and she was a visually handicapped girl. This visually impaired 25-year-old girl from Madurai secured a rank of 286 in her fourth attempt, and she had won tremendous praise from the people on Twitter, and her story has been shared by former cricketer Muhammad Kaif. 25-year-old visually impaired Kaif writes that Purana Sundari from TN beat the odds and cracked the UPSC exam. Never stop chasing your dreams. These are the words of Muhammad Kaif. I have personally come across an IFS officer, Mr. Nandakumar. He is a top officer in the Chennai Income Tax Department. Few years before, when I was an MLA of the Ramanathapuram constituency, I had a chance to meet him. Then he was asking me about my constituency and was telling many things about the constituency. Then he said, do you know my story? When I was studying 8th standard, my parents asked me to stop studying and go to work. And I had to obey my parents' order because there was a lot of poverty there in our home. I worked in a mechanic shop, and at the same time, I wanted to pursue my studies. I wrote the 10th examination as a private student, passed the examination. Remember, a boy working in a roadside mechanic shop, toiling throughout the day for bread, and then studying in the night, cracking 10th standard, then 12th standard, then graduation, and finally, he was a civil servant. He is a very upright officer with the Indian Revenue Service. One more example I wanted to quote here is Sivaguru Prabhakaran. He is an IAS officer. He had a rank of 101 in the previous UPSC examination. He is from Melatangadu village in Pattukotte in Tanjavur district. You know, there was, many of you may not be knowing that there was a very big tragedy in Kumbakonam where a school was burnt along with the children. Then at that time, the present health secretary, Mr. J. Radhakrishnan, you will be finding him in the television screen, a very active, agile IAS officer. He has said that he was inspired by J. Radhakrishnan and he wanted to become an IAS officer. His father was an alcoholic and it was a big family. This Prabhakaran, he worked as a mill operator, a farm laborer. He came to Chennai and he wanted to write some examination, and he stayed in the platform of St. Thomas Mount railway station. He says, when I was in school, I need a book and we were very poor. Early in the morning, around 4 a.m., I was crying, worrying about how to do homework assigned without the book. My mom saw me crying, and on knowing that it is for the book, she immediately set off with me carrying a lantern. We walked for over a kilometer and she got me the book, says Prabhakaran. Then he, during his training in IIT, that was the time for 4 months, he says that we used to sleep at St. Thomas Mount railway station. I didn't know anyone here in Chennai. The coaching classes were on Saturday and Sunday and had no place to stay. I used to travel by train and reach on Sunday, attend classes, and then take shelter at the platform where I used to study. The following day, I used to go to class and then return home. I am telling these stories, my dear aspirants, to say that how IKLAS has made you everything simple, not paying 2,35,000. You have been asked to part away with only rupees 20,000 for the entire course. And besides that, our benevolent, philanthropic management of IKLAS says that they are going to give discount about that. I'm sure that most of you are not in such a pitiable situation as Prabhakaran or Nandakumar or Jalal, whose story I had said, or even Purana Sundari, who lost both their eyes. But the inspiration led them, the hard work led them to become civil servants. The last example I want to say is an IAS officer from Kerala. He was born in Kondoti, in Edavanapana, near Kondoti in Malappuram district. His father died when he was 11. His mother admitted him along with his siblings in an orphanage, a Muslim orphanage. From the Muslim orphanage, he studied the school, and from there he wrote the examination, the Kerala examination, and he was selected to work as a clerk in a Grama Panchayat. Then he finally cracked the UPSC examination. So from being an orphan, he was an IAS officer. He says, UPSC, apart from being most coveted, is also a merit-oriented examination. If a boy like me from Kerala can defy all odds to crack it, anybody can. Don't lose hope. If you don't clear it in your first attempt, India is a very big country, land full of opportunities. If you put in all the hard work and perseverance, you will eventually get it. So don't lose your voice in a sea of noise. Follow your drummer. I just wanted to wish each one of you the very best to chase your dreams. These are not my words. It was the word. It are the words of Muhammad Sihab, IAS. My dear brothers and sisters, this is a very golden opportunity. As my colleague Nawaz Kani MP said, if you are going to become an MPA or an MLA or even a town councillor, can serve only for 5 years. Even if we do good service, sometimes people throw it out, as happened to me in 2016. But when you become a civil servant, that is not for mere 5 years. As our most respected Bashir Ahmad Sahib said, work for 2 years, and for 30 years, you will be in a pinnacle. So use this opportunity. May Allah bless you. This is a God-given opportunity. Nobody else will give you on a platter to train themselves. IKLAS is giving you that opportunity. Make use of it. And உண்மையான அதிகாரம் ஒரு நாடாளுமன்ற உறுப்பினராக, ஒரு சட்டமன்ற உறுப்பினராக, ஒரு உள்ளாட்சி மன்ற உறுப்பினராக ஆவதில் நிச்சயமாக இருக்கின்றது. ஆனால் அது நிரந்தரம் அல்ல. 5 ஆண்டுகளுக்கு பிறகு நீங்கள் சிறப்பான சேவை செய்தாலும் மக்கள் உங்களை தேர்தலிலே தூக்கி வீசிவிடலாம். ஆனால் நீங்கள் 2 ஆண்டுகள் கடுமையாக பாடுபட்டு IAS, IPS, IRS, IFS போன்ற மத்திய அரசு பணிகளில் நீங்கள் தேர்வு பெற்றீர்கள் என்றால் மக்களுக்கு அந்த அதிகாரத்துடன் மக்களுக்கு நேர்மையாக சேவை செய்யக்கூடிய ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய வாய்ப்பாக இருக்கின்றது. பார்வை இழந்தவர்கள், வறுமையின் பிடியிலே வாழ்ந்தவர்கள், ரயில்வே பிளாட்பாரத்துல உறங்கி IAS தேர்வுல தேர்ச்சியானவர்கள், ஒரு ஆதரவற்றோர் கூடத்திலே படித்து IAS ஆக தேர்வானவங்க, இவங்களுடைய உதாரணங்கள் எல்லாம் சொன்னேன். இறைவன் உங்களுக்கு மிகப்பெரிய ஒரு வாய்ப்பை கொடுத்திருக்கிறான். பெரிய விளம்பரங்கள், IAS ஆக வேண்டுமா எங்கள் இடத்திற்கு வாங்கள், உங்களை நாங்கள் IAS ஆக உருவாக்குறோம். எவ்வளவு காசு போட்டாங்க. டெல்லிக்கு போய் படிக்கணும்னா 2,35,000 ரூபாய் அந்த நிறுவனத்துக்கு கொடுக்கணும். அப்புறம் டெல்லியில போய் நீங்க தங்குறது, உங்க உணவு, மற்ற வசதியெல்லாம் இருக்கு. சென்னையில வந்து படிக்கணுமா 1,50,000. ஆனால் இந்த சமுதாயத்தின் பால் அக்கறை கொண்டு இந்த சமுதாயத்தின் உயர்வுக்காக தனவந்தர்களால் உருவாக்கப்பட்டிருக்கின்ற நமது இக்லாஸ் அறக்கட்டளை வெறும் 20,000 ரூபாய்க்கு உங்களுக்கு அந்த பயிற்சியை தலை சிறந்த பயிற்சியாளர்களை வைத்து கொடுக்கிறது. எனவே அன்புக்குரியவர்களே, இந்த வாய்ப்பை சிறப்பாக பயன்படுத்துங்கள். இறைவன் அருள் புரிவான். கடுமையாக உழையுங்கள். 2 வருட உழைப்பு உங்களை 30 ஆண்டுகள் மக்களை சேவை செய்யக்கூடிய சிறப்பானவர்களாக ஆகவும் எல்லாம் வல்ல அல்லாஹு தாலா உங்கள் முயற்சிகளை வெற்றியாக்குவானாக என்று பிரார்த்தித்து இந்த நல்ல வாய்ப்பை தந்தமைக்காக இக்லாஸ் அறக்கட்டளையினுடைய அனைத்து சகோதரர்களுக்கும் நெஞ்சார்ந்த நன்றியை தெரிவித்து விடைபெறுகின்றேன். நன்றி.
Jazakumullah khair, Professor Dr. Jawahirullah Sahab, for the enthusiastic and charging short speech. Alhamdulillah, as Professor has rightly pointed out, according to a hadith, it is said that a Muslim is indeed a surprising factor. When a calamity befalls a Muslim, he or she says Alhamdulillah, And when a Muslim is bestowed with bounties, they say Alhamdulillah. And that is the beauty of a Muslim. And as he rightly pointed out, COVID pandemic has made us all literally scuttle into a small village. Alhamdulillah, Professor, we hope and pray that we get more and more upright people from Udankudi, and we have more politicians and we have more civil servants from Udankudi, inshallah. And as he rightly pointed out, hardships and poverty should not curb your aspirations to achieve success in your civil services. And he pointed out a beautiful example of how a visually impaired lady has been successful in her aspirations. The only thing that you need to follow is never stop chasing your dreams. However, you should also prepare. Allah says in the Quran, Allah does not change the condition of the people who do not change themselves. That is the verse from Surah Ar-Ra'd, verse number 11 for your reference. Jazakumullahu khair for pointing out that IKLAS is charging equal to nothing, and we are presenting everything in a platter for you to achieve your dreams. Jazakumullahu khair, Professor Jawaharlal Sahab. We admire your participation and we request that you stay with us and encourage us to serve us better for the community. And now I request our achievers, Brother Amir Sharif, to please come forward and share his feedback about the course. Brother Amir Sharif is son of Mr. Ibrahim Sharif, and he's ranked first. He's the topper of the online foundation course. Brother Amir Sharif with his feedback.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Am I audible?
Yes, brother, please go on.
Thank you for giving me opportunity to address you. I feel really happy that I came first in IKLAS Foundation course. I would like to thank the management of IKLAS IAS Academy, the faculty staff, without whom this wouldn't have been possible. IKLAS IAS Academy is an excellent academic organization with experienced lecturers and motivators. The lecturers not only shared their knowledge but also their own experiences and provided some very helpful tips and tricks which builds the confidence to face one of the toughest exams of India. And thankful that I had the fortune to complete a course in IKLAS, what according to me is one of the best academy in Tamil Nadu. Admins provided required assistance if there are any technical glitches, etc. On the whole, the classes were very motivational and I am looking forward for the full year course. I thank the chief guests for giving their valuable time, and I once again thank the management for recognizing all the aspirants who cleared the IKLAS Foundation course. Thank you.
Jazakumullah khair for the feedback, brother. We also hope and pray that inshallah you also are successful in your civil service aspirations, and inshallah you stand first in the All India Civil Services examination, inshallah. And we are always there. IKLAS Academy is always there to support you and aspirants like you. Now I call upon Sister Sophia Jan to share her feedback. Sister Sophia Jan is ranked third in the online foundation course. She is daughter of Mahbub Jan. She hails from the city of Salem.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Wa alaikum assalam, sister.
I thank the honorable chief guest and the management of IKLAS for this valediction ceremony and providing me with this opportunity. IKLAS Online Academy has the best faculty of teachers who teach the concepts clearly, and they never fail to repeat it how many ever times I asked for it. They were so considerate on me and provided motivation series too by officers in various positions to keep me on track. Their test series was also so good and it helped me to know my weak points and rectify them. Many aspirants fear to join the coaching just because of the fees, but in IKLAS the fees is also quite affordable with the best quality. Leading professionals from all over India take the classes here online, and it also helped me to know where I stand in this competition. I'm happy to have joined this institute, and I'm confident that I will definitely crack the exam, inshallah. Thank you, everyone.
Inshallah. Jazakumullah khair, sister. We also wish, we hope, we pray that a lot of people from our community come forward. And as you would be aware, just in the month of January, we had facilitated about 5 people who have cleared their their aspirations in PSC, and they were placed as DSPs and deputy collectors, out of which 4 were women. Inshallah, we hope that we get more people in civil services. And I'm sure that all the talks from our chief guests have encouraged our participants to chase their dreams, their aspirations for civil services. And to take that journey forward, I request Brother Abdurrahman to please come forward and introduce our next chief guest for the evening, Brother Abdurrahman. Brother Abdurrahman is also a trustee in IKLAS Trust.
It is indeed my pleasure to introduce our next chief guest. So our next chief guest is Mr. Nizar Ahmed sir, and he hails from Bangalore, Karnataka. And after 10th standard, Nizar Ahmed sir joined as a teacher in Government Urdu Primary School in the year 1969, continued further education as a private candidate, and passed BA and MA. After many attempts at the competitive examinations, and then finally, in the year 1980, he joined police service. He began his career as an IPS officer in 1980, and he served in the Karnataka State Police and served the country for over 32 years in several positions, and retired as Inspector General of Police. While being a police officer, he played major roles in prevention and detection of crime, maintenance of law and order, state security, intelligence, vigilance, and all over police administration. He also served as the chairman and administrator of Amanat Bank, Bangalore. At present, Sir is actually the chairman and CEO of National Center for Research and Development, called NCRD, in Bangalore. And this is an NGO for socio-economic research, community development, empowerment, emancipation of the poor and the underprivileged, and are doing tremendous work in this area. And I myself got the opportunity to witness their projects, and this whole program, we can actually go through what the kind of service done by the NCRD. And he is also serving as the president of Adalat Legal Aid Foundation, Bangalore, and which is also an NGO of retired Supreme Court, High Court judges, senior lawyers, and legal experts. They are providing a grievance redressal system, and also conducting symposiums, workshops, and legal aid camps for poor localities. Jazakallah Khairan, sir, for your presence here. I request you to please enlighten us with your valuable guidance. Could you please unmute, sir?
Assalamu alaikum to you all.
Am I audible? Yes, sir. Clear, sir. Loud, clear, sir.
Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Assalatu wassalamu ala rasulihil kareem. At the outset, I think I have nothing to speak or say at this juncture. We are running short of time, and we have already shot more than the required time. After the very inspirational talk and very motivational talk by Professor Jawaharullah and Mr. Nawaz Kani MP and other distinguished guests, I don't think anything is left for me to speak about. Only 1 or 2 points I would like to highlight for our young aspirants. That is, first of all, in our country, as you have noticed, in the 2011, according to the 2011 census of India, the number of illiterate among Muslims in the country is almost 50%. It is 42.76%, but it is almost 50% of the Muslims in India are illiterate. They have not gone to school at all. Only 6.3% Muslims have reached up to 10th standard. Out of the total population, only 6%. And 12th standard, only 4% of the Muslims in the country. And among the graduates, it is only 2.76% of Muslims in the country who have graduated. So whatever we are expecting for the UPSC and the other competitive examination, this is only the 2.76% of our population. And already many of the young aspirants, those talented boys and girls, they have opted for medicine, they have opted for engineering, they opted for jobs which pay them and maintain them. Unfortunately, the second aspect is the number of application to the UPSC examination. As we have seen the data of the UPSC examinations, in 2017, in the year 2017, about 10 lakh youths, graduates applied for the UPSC examination, out of which the Muslims are only 0.5%, whereas our population is 15%. So it is very difficult to get maximum number of our youths into the All India services. If you have to increase the number, as you have seen, it is only 44 who have cleared this year's examination. If we have to increase this, two things we have to do. We have to have more matriculates, more 12th standard, more graduates. If you have at least 25 to 50% of our youths graduated, we can expect at least 10 to 15% in the other services and in all the fields. So basically, whatever we have to do is from the grassroots level, we have to increase our level in the educational system. Secondly, now the aspirants, the youths, my young friends who are participating and who are not participating, the participants should become the ambassadors to carry the message to other friends who are eligible and who can compete in this examination, to just spread the message, make all the youths who are graduates to appear for this examination so that the number of applicants increases. And when the applicant number increases, then they may also opt to get coaching, preparation. They may join any academy, any institution, or this study self. The only thing is they should succeed. They should have dedication, sincerity, hard work, which will pay them ultimately. So I have nothing more to say. All the things which I wanted to say has been conveyed very beautifully by all the distinguished guests. I only congratulate the achievers in this last batch, and also I appreciate the efforts made by the management and the trustees of IKLAS Education Trust. One thing I want to mention is I am associated with this from the beginning of this academy. I have also addressed one of the batches, I think during 2011 or 2012 at Chennai. And I'm fortunate and I'm thankful for all of you to participating in this, and congratulating you and getting acquainted with all of you. Once again, I thank and congratulate the Academy for the wonderful and beautiful efforts. Thank you all.
Jazakumullah khair, Nisar Ahmed sir. We are indeed privileged with your patronage, and even though it was a short speech where it was crisp to the point that only when there is more participation in the UPSC examinations, we'll have more results and more success. And as you have rightly pointed out of 0.5% out of the entire people who have applied for the UPSC examinations in 2017, it is only eventual that the success rate would be much less. Inshallah, we are also trying to come forward to bring more and more people to apply for the UPSC, and this is again one step towards that. Jazakumullah khair, Nisar Ahmed Sahab, for your wonderful encouraging speech, and we wish and we really encouraged to see your patronage, and we wish that you continue with us, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair. And I request now Sister Roshni to please come forward and share her feedback. Sister Roshni has secured the 7th rank in our online foundation course. She's the daughter of Sheikh Tasneem, and she hails from the city of Nagpur. Sister Roshni.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I feel very grateful to be the part of IKLAS Foundation course. This course facilitated me with the best foundation for my civil services preparation. The faculty members were very cooperative and cleared my doubts timely. Conducting of weekly tests helped me a lot to upgrade my performance week by week. Interaction sessions with alumni of IKLAS who were already selected in civil services provided a direction to approach UPSC. I really feel fortunate enough to be the part of such a program which boosted my energy to achieve my goal. And finally, I would like to congratulate IKLAS for working on such a good concern and for providing such a good platform for us. Thank you.
Jazakumullah khair for your feedback, sister. And as we have seen and witnessed that we did not just have participants from Tamil Nadu, we have had participants from all across India, and that is our next goal. We've been working in Tamil Nadu and people are becoming aware of the existence of IKLAS IS Academy in Tamil Nadu. Our next venture, our next goal is to make the same service available for all the aspirants throughout India. And inshallah, we request you to be supportive with your contributions, supportive with IKLAS Academy, with your feedback, so that we might improve and we can provide you with the best of the coaching provided. And without any further delay, I would now like to call upon Brother Tamim Ansari to deliver the vote of thanks. Brother Tamim Ansari is also a trustee of the IKLAS Trust. Brother Tamim Ansari with the vote of thanks.
Brother Tamir Mansari, you are on mute.
Brother Tamim Ansari, can you unmute?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Audible?
Yes, brother.
On behalf of the management of IKLAS IS Academy, I would like to sincerely thank our respected chief guest, Janab Nawaz Kani, Member of Parliament, Janab Professor Dr. Jafarullah, President of Manidanaya Makkal Kachi, Janab Nisar Ahmad IPS, former Inspector General of Police, for your participation and enlightening message to aspirants. I thank our President, Director, Advisor, and all the participation of today's forum. Jazakallah khair. Thank you.
Jazakumullah khair, brother. We thank you wholeheartedly for being such wonderful participants and being with us throughout this session. We thank wholeheartedly all our chief guests for taking their time out and to be a part of this event to encourage our participants and to chase their dreams. We thank Janab Nawaz Ghani MP, Professor Dr. Jawahirullah, Mr. Nisar Ahmed IPS for their time and their valuable feedbacks. Jazakumullah khair. And we thank all our participants and our aspirants, and we hope that all the aspirants have taken the encouragement and the zeal from all our speakers, and they are ready to chase their dreams in civil services. And we hope to see you all in our online course. And inshallah, we wish and pray that you all become successful in your aspirations for civil services. And with this, we come to the end of this session. Jazakumullahu khair for joining and for being a part with us. Jazakumullahu khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.